Hello class, this is a video tutorial on graphings or sketching linear graphs, and in this video we're going to look at the method of the gradient intercept. So let's take a look at this equation here and let's graph it. So in case you don't already know, this form is called the gradient intercept form because it already tells us this number here in front of the x, that is our gradient, and this number here will always be the y-intercept, and we use these two properties to quickly graph this line here. Okay, so what we do is we just quickly sketch. Okay, this time we can just sketch this. You can graph it with proper measurements and everything, but I'm just going to sketch it for this one. So here is our Cartesian plane or number plane. There's our x, there's our y. And since we know that this is our y-intercept, that means that at x equals 0, this line passes through the value of 0, 1. Okay? And since we know that the gradient is 3, which is rise over run. So this has a gradient of 3 over 1. So when it has moved 1 unit to the left, let's just say that there is 1 unit, this would have moved up 3 spaces up. So that's a half centimeter is 1 unit. 1.5 centimeters is 3 units. So using just these 2 points, we can draw the rest of our line, just like that. Okay, because that is 3 up and 1 across. That will give me y equals 3x plus 1 when it comes to the case of this one. So that's just a quick sketch. I'll show you how to do it with a graph and with this form. Once again, once we have this form, we actually can't use it because we don't immediately know what the gradient or intercept is. So what we're going to do once again is move these values around so that it looks like this one here. So we want y to stay on the left hand side, so we're going to we're going to keep 3y plus 3 equals, I'm going to move this one across, so we get negative 6x. Subtracting by 3, so 3y is left on the left, which gives me negative 6x. Since this is plus 3, we're going to minus 3 this time. And since it's 3y dividing everything by 3, we get y equals negative 6 divided by 3 is negative 2x. Negative 3 divided by 3 is negative 1. Okay? So now since we have this, I'm going to show you how to graph this one now. So this here is a sketch. It's very rough. I'm going to show you now a graph. Since I don't know what this is going to look like, I'm just going to go from negative 5 to 5 on both the x and y. So here's negative 5, negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, that's my 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. going from this point here, we'll go, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same going downwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are ½ centimeters, so I can fit as much as I can in. There's my X, and there's my Y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -1, -2, 3, 5. -1, -2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Don't mind the smudging. So we know that our intercept is 1, so that's our Y intercept. And this here is our gradient. So we'll start with the intercept of -1. So 0, -1. Since it's a gradient of -2, if we move across to the 1, so it's going across by 1, so there's a run of 1, it would have risen -2 spaces. So it would have actually dropped 2 spaces right there. See, because it is -2 over 1, so rise of -2 over 1. So using these 2 points, we can just quickly draw our lines here. That there gives us a graph this time, because it's much neater with the scale, with the numbers. And this is going to the original one. That there is actually, about these working out, that there is 6x plus 3y plus 3 equals 0. So this is a sketch, just quickly doing a rough, whereas this is a graph. And we do this once again by starting with our intercept, and we use our gradient. Okay, so I hope that helped, and best of luck.